At last, you are ready for the fun. Don't worry, this one will be a real breeze. Nothing new has popped up or anything like that. So let's just go ahead and look at page 6. Here we've got sulfur dioxide. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, okay, Mr. Cohen, this is exactly what we've been doing this whole time. So I'm gonna take sulfur, which is over here, and then that's a -2, and then I'm gonna take oxygen, and I'm gonna have that over here, which is also -2, and and then eh, eh, there is no number you can plug into these two places to get this to equal 0. That's because you don't have a metal. There is no metal here, which means we do not use the stock. We do not use the stock system at all here. Instead, what we do is we use a different system. So anytime we have two elements that are not on the metal side of the periodic table, we use prefixes. We totally ignore that stock system thing, and then we use these prefixes. Whenever there's one of one element, we use mono, except when it's the first element. So for example, in sulfur dioxide, that example we were just looking at, sulfur, we don't say monosulfur or monosulfur dioxide, right? If it's just one atom for the first thing, we don't bother saying mono. Now, if there were two sulfurs, we would say disulfur dioxide or disulfur trioxide, right? We would use a prefix. For all of the other ones, we use these prefixes as well. Okay, you are going to need to know these prefixes. Commit them to memory. Okay, that'll make life a lot easier for you. So, since we're not using the stock system here, this is really, really easy. Sulfur dioxide literally means one sulfur, and di means two oxygens. Sulfur dioxide. Well, that's it, folks. Yeah, that's really it. That's all you need to know. If you know those prefixes, when you do not have a metal, then you can use the prefixes. You never, ever, 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 ever use a prefix when you're talking about a compound that is ionically bonded. You see, these guys are not ionically bonded. There's no metal here, so they must be covalently bonded. Let's take a look at another example here. Here we have SO3. Question number 1, is there a metal? If there's no metal, what kind of bond is it? If it's a covalent bond, do we use the stock system? What do we use instead? All right, so let's go ahead and use those prefixes. Here we have sulfur, and remember, this is not monosulfur, even though it is one, because it's the first element to appear, it's just implied there's only one. So sulfur, and then tri, because there are 3 oxygens. Trioxide. So this is sulfur trioxide. That is all there is to it. If there's no metal, it's covalent, no stock system, use your prefixes. Okay? Go ahead and take a look at page 620 and 621 of your textbook. Take notes on it, read through it carefully, and then you'll notice after you've done these problems on page 6, you'll fly through that, no problem. On the back of that, there are some more practice problems for you. Once you're all done this packet, you can come and see me or Mrs. Gaynor to get some help on your next task. And good luck.